Welcome back. We just talked about who we are as humans. Now let's talk about how everything went wrong, the fall. In Genesis 3, we read that both man and woman, while tempted by Satan, made the uncoerced choice to disobey God's only command. Humanity and Satan both bear responsibility for this sin, and it results in a separation from God. Sin results in guilt for the wrongdoing or for the departure from what's good. Sin results in a perpetuation of sin throughout all generations of humans to come. And sin results ultimately in death. As we look at sin and our understanding of it, we can break it up into two different kinds: original sin and actual sin. Original sin is that which is rooted in our origins. It's the sinfulness that's inherited. It's passed down from generation to generation and can be traced back to our first parents in the Garden of Eden. We are born into sin. We read that in Romans 5, in Psalm 14, even in Genesis. Sin is then woven into our state of being as our very nature as descendants of Adam and Eve. And then there's actual sin, which is understood differently. Rather than the sin that is just born in us, actual sin refers to the acts of sinful disobedience that we actively perform. Our actual sin isn't separate from our original sin. It's just another way of understanding our full state of fallenness. Sin is often understood to mean missing the mark, as in an archery term. We can just barely miss the bullseye, or we can miss the target entirely. Regardless of the degree to which we miss, we miss. We act, we think, we speak in a manner that is not hitting the bullseye. We simply fail to live out life in accordance with God's standard, and thus we're in need of forgiveness. You know, the punishment of sin, of any kind, is death and a separation from God. Without forgiveness, through the blood of the Lamb Jesus, this would be our fate. And this is why Jesus and the good news of what He's done is the star of our show, the crown jewel of our church. If you learn nothing else in this series, learn this, that you have sinned and fallen short. But Jesus has paid the price on your behalf because He loves you so. Jesus is the hero. Jesus is the unity and the motivation for everything that we do. Some sins experience consequences that flow naturally from our actions. For instance, breaking civil laws. That's going to result in a fine or maybe even going to prison. Lying to other people. That's going to result in distrust and divisions. Serving other gods or idols. That results in disappointment, failure, and even further separation from the God who loves us. So we in the LCMS tradition and here at Christ Lincoln, we have what David Zoll would call a low anthropology, meaning we recognize that humans are fallen beings who have not lived up to their intended purpose or value. But in Jesus Christ, we have redemption, and we have restoration, and we have the promise that one day we will live in the fullness of our Creator's image once again.